Good evening, Mr. Ashley, the parental alienation coach. How are you today?
Oh, how are ya?
I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, amazing. Thanks. And thank you for giving up your time this evening to ask me a little bit about our upcoming 6-week Parental Alienation Masterclass.
Yeah, I've got a few questions for you before we get to that.
Mm,
Tell me exactly what a parental alienation coach is. What is parental alienation and who are you?
okay. So, Carl Ashley is my name. Through my own personal experiences and through navigating a path and a course through what the term parental alienation is coined to describe over the last sort of 5 years or so, a series of habits and behavior patterns and experiences that I wouldn't wish on any human being alive. So as a coach, it's a case of just taking those experiences and helping guide and navigate others that are going through a similar situation. With parental alienation, every single case is different and unique, and yet at the same time there are similarities and there are patterns that emerge and behavior patterns that emerge that are similar. And the key to dealing with it, I guess, is to remember that it's counterintuitive. So there's a lot of mothers and fathers out there that are going through a tough time of being estranged or alienated from their own children, where previously there was a healthy existing relationship, and something's come in there with manipulation, deception, narcissistic abuse, narcissistic behavior patterns, underlying family trauma and unhealed trauma. And unfortunately, lots of children are affected by this, and lots of parents are affected by this. It's much more common than we might think.
Okay, so in relation to how the children are behaving, is there a particular way they behave that would set alarm bells off?
You're going to rely on your intuition anyway, right? But where you had a good relationship with a child and all of a sudden they're saying, look, I don't want to spend time with you, or literally flat out, I hate you, I don't want to spend time with you. No child normally rejects a loving parent. So there's quite clearly sort of weaponization, coaching, unhealthy kind of influences affecting the child, who merely is looking to survive and cope in a world and in a difficult situation, and they adapt their behavior to those circumstances to reject a loving parent. And for anyone that's going through that, it can be an incredibly tough time. You can end up feeling both financially and emotionally broken. So I'd love to be able to give a bit of something back and to help guide and mentor others going through similar experiences in the shit show that can be parental alienation. It's not a nice thing, Dee, at all. In fact, it's very difficult to navigate a path through this and retain some kind of sanity and integrity.
Yeah, so a lot of this would be it affects your mental health when you're facing these challenges. Would that be correct?
Yeah, unfortunately, the behavior patterns are characterized by borderline personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, and these people tend to thrive off drama, conflict, and chaos. So maintaining peace of mind and staying calm and refusing to get angry and upset will help sort of starve or just stop feeding those kind of people with those kind of sort of drama, conflict, and chaos is what they thrive from and what they will do to you. And unless you become aware of how to identify these behavior patterns and how best to navigate a path through them, you can make things worse for yourself and for your children.
Okay, you have a 6-week course. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, I just pop up a little screen share there, if I may. I've put together a little graphic. Basically, week 1 is about sort of self-care, engaging in practices for your own mental health, well-being. Week 2, familiarizing yourself with narcissistic abuse and multi-generational family trauma. Week 3, the legal system, family courts and solicitors. We've got a great guest speaker to come in on week 3. A gentleman called Brian O'Sullivan is going to come in and help us with any questions. Week 4, counseling, support and therapy, engaging in sort of healing modalities that you can help to work on yourself to develop coping mechanisms to deal with this. Week 5, then life beyond parental alienation, how to embrace change, maybe even, new relationships, finding a new partner and what have you. And week 6, again, fortunately, got a great guest speaker, Charlie McCready, is going to come in and help us with a Q&A, whereby we can deal with individual situations that people may have and particular questions that they may have pertaining to their own situation. So it's going to be once a week online, starting in August, and I would encourage people to get in touch if they're interested.
And tell me, who is this really for, this course?
So anyone that would resonate with the term parental alienation and feels that they've been estranged or alienated from their children, where there previously was a healthy and a good relationship, and they're hearing kind of absurd things from the children saying, no, I don't want to spend time with you because, and then it's like a makey-uppy reason, or the children are sort of withdrawn into themselves, not happy, not healthy, or the family relationship is broken down. Often in, the family, there can be separations, divorce. You're going to know if this is relevant to you, and it's not a happy business. There's no winners. It's just a case of damage limitation and navigating a path through this that causes the minimum amount of damage to already psychologically and emotionally abused children, and of course to yourself.
Okay, very good. And if I want to know more about the course, how do I find out?
So you can get in touch with me. thetruthclinic.com is the website. There's a page on there. We can sort of forward on some details. You can use the WhatsApp button to get in touch with me directly, which has my phone number and my email address, which is simply info@thetruthclinic.com. And thank you so much for giving up your time this evening to help me sort of share some details on this upcoming 6-week online masterclass. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Carl. Let's see you
God
again.
bless you.